What's up, Xbox Nation fans there? How'd you like my fancy schmancy 200 baht Oakleys, huh? Hey. Since I got them for 200 baht, how long do you think it's going to take these to dissolve in direct sunlight like a vampire? Anyways, I wanted to tell you guys a dirty little secret about teaching in Thailand, something that nobody tells you. Although really it's not that big of a deal, but let's get on to it. That secret is, even though we are like number 3 in status in Thailand, where number 1, of course, is the king, number 2, monks, number 3, us, that high reverence ends up being more for Thai teachers than us. But at the same time, it's not that big of a deal. Because you may sit there and see people on message boards or even in like Facebook groups saying, always constantly complaining and groaning and saying, oh my God, Thais, they always put themselves first and say they're the greatest in the world, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that tends to happen. Like my school director in my previous school, hey, I'm filming over here. In my previous school, it was at the end of Father's Day ceremony where he gave a speech in Thai, and then he asked his boss to translate what he said for the rest of us. And beginning the speech was, "Thank you for being Thai." Like that's an accomplishment. And second one is he said that we and our king are the envy of the world. Now, I love being a guest here, and I love the fact that I'm accepted. I'm really honored about it. But it's like we're the envy of the world. Come on, get a grip, get over yourself. So yeah, it is true that Thais do say, "Hey, we're the best. We're number 1." But here's the thing: happens all over Asia. Yes, it happens all over Asia. In Korea, they'll say that, oh yeah, Koreans above all else. In China, they'll put Chinese above all else. In Japan, they'll put Japan above as like top of the heap, number 1. But at the same time, you're still going to be treated very fairly. It's not going to be that bad, man. Like in Japan, even though they'll sit there and say that, hey, they're number 1, at the same time, they're the most polite people in the world, where I could sit here and, like, I'll give you an example. There was, I've seen actually multiple examples, I won't list them all out, but there have been multiple times where I've seen people talk about living in Japan and how they would even have the slightest confused look about where to go. You know, someone will come up to them and say, hey, you need directions? Can I help you? Because they're so friendly. And same sort of thing over here. It's like many people are very friendly. They'll definitely treat you with respect. Like, well, let's go to the students. Go back to students, for example. There are going to be students there's going to be like 3 different types of students. First off, there's going to be students that they're just not going to like you no matter what. Number 2, there's going to be students that are like you no matter what, or they're going to not like you no matter what. That's about, say, 20%. There's going to be students that are in the mid-range they're in the upper range where they're just going to treat you the exact same as Thai teachers, just simply for the fact that that's what you do. That's how you treat a teacher. Those are maybe in the upper around 30% though. Then there's this 50%, like right in the middle, where they'll like lie to you and all that stuff and treat you with respect, but that's just because that's what you're supposed to do. But once you earn that respect, that's going to be so totally awesome, man. I mean, I've had kids that, no lie, where I could, if I knew that they were going across the street to the 7-Eleven, if I had, say, my electric bill with me, although I'd never do this, and where was I going with this? Oh yeah. And if I had my electric bill and some money with me, and they said, oh yeah, we're going across the street to 7-Eleven, if I just gave them the money and the electric bill and say, hey, could you do me a favor and go and pay my electric bill and give me the change? Okay, they'd be delighted to help me out. You know, that's because that's how much respect they had for me. But at the same time, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do it, not for the fact that I'd give them the money, because I would, I trust them. It's just, I might as well ask them to pick up my dry cleaning while I'm at it too. I'm just not going to do that sort of thing. But that's just basically an example right there. Let's see. Yeah, it's just not that big of a deal. Where, like with students, or with the reverence being more for Thai teachers than us, you're still gonna get treated with respect, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't freak out about it. Like, you can give me two other examples of non-students. Like here at my condo, there's a security lady downstairs. She knows that I'm a teacher, and she's even like back on her morning shift, where she'd see me going downstairs, and I just kind of give her a nod and say hello, and she's like, "Oh, taxi, teacher, taxi to your school?" It's like, yeah, please. And she'd even like go out of her way to go to the taxi and say, although I know how to tell them how to get to my school, go to the taxi driver and say my school and what road it's on, the soy, and they'll go, okay, yeah, no problem. So that's very cool, and she does it because she just has respect for me being a teacher. And then there are another example of when I was in a hospital. One of the nurses who would come in and check my blood pressure and temperature and blah, 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 all that stuff every few hours. When she found out that I was a teacher, it was like, she was excited about it. Like, ooh, one of my patients is a teacher. Ooh, I'm so honored. So, yeah, it's all. All that's not that big of a deal. I mean, you're still gonna get treated awesome here, as long as you're polite. Honestly, of course, they'll go out of their way to be polite and helpful and do their best to help you out too. So don't. Although I'm like giving you big shocking news that most of that reverence is for Thai teachers, you're still gonna get treated well just for the fact that you're a teacher. So okay, guys, that's it. You have any question, comments, accusations? Go ahead, put them in the description in the box below. So go ahead, like, subscribe, share, spread the news. Gotta watch them out. So see ya.